Hello again, all master number 11s. This is your June reading for 2020. I've got 2 decks of cards here. I'm going to do something a little bit differently for this month's reading. But I'm also going to give you a little bit about the astrology because it's showing up majorly for the month of June. There's some eclipses coming. It's the start of eclipse season. We've got 6 eclipses to go through till the rest of the year, until December I think they are. We generally only have 4 eclipses per year, but this year, 2020's been a major year, is going to be a major year, right from January right through to December. So we'll get underway with. I'm just going to go from my notes here. Let's move this over a little bit. So the first week of June. There's a full moon on the 5th or 6th of June, depending on which hemisphere you're in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, with that, there is also the same day a lunar eclipse. It is only a partial one, but it's quite a major one because the South Node has just moved into the sign of Sagittarius. The South Node deals with the past. That's what the South Node represents. The North Node is the future. South Node is the past, so there's a lot of past things coming up at the moment to be dealt with, especially if you've got Sagittarius. We've all got Sagittarius somewhere in our chart, so you'll need to look up if you've got your birth chart on which house that is, the first house, second house, and so on and so on. But anyway, that's the full moon on the 5th and the 6th in the sign of Sagittarius with that South Node in it, and the lunar eclipse also at the same time. On the same day, or the same night I should say, because it's the lunar eclipse, which means lunar means moon. We then go to the new moon, which is on June 20th or 21st, again, depending on which hemisphere you're in the sign of Cancer. Now, the North Node has just come out of the sign of Cancer, so there's a little bit of a clean-up happening here with the new moon for the Cancer placements. There was also on the same day a solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer at 0 degrees. Now 0 is one of those numbers that is not taken into account enough, especially in numerology and stuff like that. It's one of those mysterious numbers. So this solar eclipse is at 0 degrees Cancer. Okay, so the other major player in all of this is that the North Node has just gone into the sign of Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Okay, so that's also going to come into play. May was a 9 universal month. We're now coming into a 1 universal month. So January was actually a 5 universal month, and this is our first new beginning, our first fresh start for the year 2020. Okay. With a universal 1 month, we seldom get any more than 2 per year if we're lucky. So make the most of this next 30 days, being that June is a 1 universal month. Okay, it's a 10, you reduce that number down to, so 10's are endings, and 1 is the new start. Okay, so that is basically what June is. And a lot of the readings have been about is the, endings of cycles and coming into this 1 universal month. If you've got anything that you need to start, now is the time to start it in the month of June. Anything you want to get off the ground, any new beginnings, it's all happening, or it should happen in this month of June. We still have a lot of planets retrograde. We have Venus, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter still retrograde. Neptune is going retrograde, and I didn't catch the dates of Neptune going retrograde. I think it's at the end of June or in the beginning of July, but I could be corrected on those ones. But the other major player that's going retrograde is the planet Mercury. Mercury is going retrograde on the 17th and 18th of June, and it will station direct on the July 11th and 12th. It's only a short period of time, but this Mercury, everybody's just starting to talk about it because of this North Node that has just gone into Gemini, and Mercury being the ruler of Gemini. So it's quite a major theme, and a lot of people say, oh, Mercury retrograde, blah, blah, blah. But with this North Node now in the sign of Gemini and Mercury ruling Gemini, things could be a little bit different. I've got this gut feeling that Mercury is going to play a little bit of havoc here because the North Node is about people's future. We're also coming out of that Cancer, which is a water sign, where we have dealt with the emotions, all this sort of type thing. Gemini is in an air sign, and the other major player here is also the sign of Aquarius, which is another air sign. We're in the age of Aquarius, so we're bringing in the air element now. So this is all our thought patterns, our how we think, this sort of type thing. So it's quite a major one, this Mercury going retrograde this June on the 17th or 18th. And remember, we have periods either side of the planet going retrograde. You'll start to feel it either side of it, stationing direct and going retrograde, or stationing direct and then going retrograde. Either side of that, you have like a shadow period. So that's about all the astrology I'm going to do. I'm not an astrologer, but I like to know when things like this are happening because they end up coming out in the cards and the spreads that I do. It's one reason why I named my channel Sun Moon Tarot. So what I've decided to do, I'm going to do something a little bit different than a horseshoe spread or a Celtic cross, all these sorts of things. There are so many spreads that we can do, and it makes it a little bit more interesting for me. I'm going to do a past, present and a future spread. I'm also going to randomly pull one card out of the deck, and that'll be what I call a card from the universe, so an extra message. I also have the Wisdom of the Oracle cards here, and I'm going to do something a little bit, just for a little bit of fun at the end of it with these cards. So there's a few cards and a few messages from these cards to come out. So, but we'll leave that to the end. But anyway, I'm going to start shuffling the cards for master number 11s. Doing a past, present and future spread. What do they most need to know for the month of June 2020? What do they most need to know? You saw my video last month when I split the deck. I always take the middle set of cards. We'll get on to placing your cards out. You'll have 9 cards in total with one extra card for a message. So you'll have 3 for your past, 3 for your present and 3 for your future cards. I'm just going to randomly select one out of the deck, and if I need to clarify any, I can clarify. So we're going to start with the card from the universe, and it's the 7 of Raphael. It says that time to make a decision, be clear on what you want, and take action, a need for detoxification. Now, with this card, it is my major chakra card. There's 7 chakras in this, depicted in these barrels here. And so you may need to do a little bit of chakra balancing in the month of June, master number 11s. So, but what it says also in the card, time to make a decision, and this decisions has been coming out in all the readings. Be clear on what you want. Okay, this is where the air sign comes in. Be clear on your thinking and take action. A need for detoxification, and that's where the chakra balancing comes into it. So we'll see where this card comes into it, and we'll get into reading all these other ones. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of room here. I really don't want to pick up 78 cards. There's 78 cards in a pack of tarot cards, not 52 in a normal deck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what the cards are. I'm going to read the bottom of the cards, and then I'm going to put the 3 cards together. So you have the 5 of Ariel, the 8 of Ariel, and the Queen of Michael. The 5 of Ariel, or the 5 of Coins, reads, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. And then you get the 8 of Ariel, or the 8 of Coins. It says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. And then with Queen of Michael here, it says, you know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. So I'm just going to turn these cards around so that you can see them. So I'm putting all these cards together. Okay, this is my upskilling card. This is my major taking courses, all this sort of type thing, upskilling, if you can see that card there. He's quite deep buried into this book. He's got Archangel Ariel over his shoulder, pointing out what he needs to know or what he needs to learn, what is most important on that page, basically. The 5 of Ariel here, it's generally depicted as the 5 of Coins. It's feeling a little bit left out in the cold. Finances can be lacking. You can feel quite, left out in the cold, if you like, a little bit alone. And the way that I'm perceiving these cards together is that you do know exactly what you need to do about this situation. This is your past. You've probably been dealing with this for the last month or two, or however long. You can fit it to whatever your situation is. But this is where maybe this upskilling is helping you get out of the situation of feeling alone. And also with this card here, I'm going to read it again. It says, you know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience, being a master number 11, a time for your career rather than relationships, okay? So basically you need to focus, or you have been focusing on your career of late. Upskilling, studying, learning new ways of doing things. There's a lot of scenarios with this card. But these are all in your past, okay? So the past can come into the present, but we'll see what these other cards are doing. So, and again, even coming back to the 7 of Raphael here, time to make a decision, be clear on what you want and take action. Okay, you've had the time to think about it here and study and do what you want. You know exactly what to do now. And this card is telling you, the universe card here is saying time to make that decision, be clear on what you want, and time to take action. Okay, so we'll pick up your next 3 cards, and these cards here are your present. You've got the 9 of Michael, you've got the Knight of Ariel, and you've got the 10 of Raphael. So the 9 of Michael, this is my Insomniac's card here. It's the 9 of Swords in the traditional tarot. And it says, your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, worry to your angels. The Knight of Ariel has come along here. And it says, there is so very much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by somebody kind. Now, that person that could be watching over you could be your team of angels and guides, or your guardian angels. You then get the 10 of Raphael, which is the 10 of Cups in the normal traditional tarot. It says, love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Okay, so that's quite a pleasant card, really. But you've got these 2 cards here. You're saying that, you're worrying, you're still worrying sort of type thing. Sleepless nights, all this sort of type thing. There is a lot of stuff going on in the ethers at the moment. I'm being woken up 3 or 4 times a night. I'm not having very good sleeps, all this sort of type thing. And I'm basically having to, tell them to, back off and tone it down a little bit so I can actually get enough rest and sleep to do what I want to do the next day, sort of thing. Because I'm one of the world's biggest warriors as well. And yeah, this can be me sometimes I'm not a master number 11, but this is happening to everybody, or quite a few people at the moment, with what's going on in the world, etc., etc. But yeah, this card comes along, and this is you planting these seeds here of your future, of what you want. You know, you want this 10 of Cups, you want happily ever after, romantic relationships. This is a couple having a picnic out in the park. There's children in it, all that sort of type thing, happy families, this sort of thing. So maybe also your chakras being out of balance could be this where this 9 of Swords comes in too. Okay, there's only one way from the 9 of Swords, and that's to the 10 of Swords, to actually deal with fears and stuff like that. If you know what the 10 of Swords represents, it's the end of difficulties and situations, and you can take those 10 swords out of your back, basically, or out of, you know, it generally depicts 10 swords in a person, but it's the end of that cycle, okay? So you either get to the 10 of Swords next, or you can actually jump it and maybe go to the Page of Swords, you know, to cut through the BS in life and all that sort of type thing, cut through all these, you know, sleepless nights. You know, it just depends on what you want to do, really. But I think Master number 11's had that last year. That card came up quite a bit for Master number 11. So maybe it's a bad habit that you've got into too, that you're not sleeping at night time. But definitely the 10 of Raphael there is a pretty good card to have. You know, this is what you're, well, everybody aims for this 10 of Raphael at some stage in life. You know, love and blessings filling your life, harmonious relationships with family members, and happily ever after. I mean, as you know, we all go through cycles in life. We all try to get to that 10 of Raphael or the 10 of Cups. But from the 10, you've still got the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King to get to. So that's how tarot works. It gravitates towards, you know, gravitates up the cards. Your future cards here. You've got a Major Arcana card here. You've only got one, and it is the Moon card, okay, with Archangel Heniel. You've got the King of Gabriel, or King of Wands, and you've got the 7 of Michael, or the 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords here. This tells me that you were at a crossroads. With the Moon card here, I'll read what it says. It says, an opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. And especially that this card is above it. You know, face your fears and grow stronger. Get out of this habit. Get out of this being in the 9 of Swords energy, not sleeping, all this sort of type thing, being the worry wart. You also had a card up here, 5 of Ariel, and it's all in the same line, saying negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So you need to get out of this habit, and I think these moons might just do it for you, okay? This also, I've just been hearing in my head, Mercury retrograde, hidden information, check your facts, figures, all that sort of type thing, but there's a little bit of hidden information, especially with the Moon card coming up. This is probably one of your major cards here. But this whole row here, even though this is past, present, this is future, all tells me that you're up in your heads, you're worrying about things, you're fearing things, which may never come to fruition. Maybe they will, but you know, this is what life is about. We go through trials, tests, and whatever in life. But your test at the moment, you know, I think especially with these eclipses and stuff, they might just force you to get out of this situation, because it's not a good situation to be in, really. So I'm going to read what the King of Gabriel, or the King of Wands, says here. It says, keep your eyes on the big picture, leave the details to others, experience that leads to success, and genuine concern for others. And then you get the 7 of Michael here, or the 7 of Swords. It says, there is a better course available. Sorry, I'll start that again. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all details. And like I said, Mercury is going retrograde at the end of June, or the 17th, 18th of June. Again, review contracts, documents, all that sort of type thing, but there is information that you are missing that is hidden with the moon and the eclipses, I think, coming into play. Maybe the eclipses will bring that out and into the light. So, yeah. But definitely, time to make a decision, be clear on what you want. This is not being clear on what you want, Make a plan, make a very detailed plan, as it says here. There's so very much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. With the Knight of Ariel, I was going to say page then, with the Knight of Ariel here, making a very detailed plan and stick to that plan. Get all the facts and figures that you need, or whatever you're planning. If you need more information too, with the Eight of Ariel here, go searching for that information. There's always information to be had out there. That is the year 2020. Information is too readily available. So that's your reading basically for the month of June. But yeah, just watch these future cards here, because especially with this one, you're on a new direction here. There is a better way or a better course of action that you can actually take. If you have a look at that card there, Archangel Michael is actually pointing to this lighter side, which is all clear here. So you need to find that information. You need to find this better course of action here to take. For some, this could be a completely new path. For others, it could be a different way of doing something. Okay, especially with the King of Gabriel here. This says keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. You don't need to think about the details at night. An experience that leads to success. Okay, so that's the King of Ariel there. So it's not a bad reading. So I don't think I need to clarify any of those cards. It's pretty clear that you're sort of in this Nine of Michael here. You need to gravitate to that Ten of Michael, or Ten of Swords, to be done with this cycle, to be done with this. I'm going to say the South Node is going to have an effect on you. You need to be done with this stuff in the past as well. Focus on your future and where you were going. Definitely, if you're feeling like that Nine of Swords, do some chakra balancing. There's a lot of ways you can balance your chakras. Also being grounded, make sure you keep grounded in the month of June. Eclipses can bring up and heighten a lot of people's emotions as well. So go out, do some grounding if you can. Walk around outside with bare feet, and ground into the earth and back up through the body and up to the ethers, or the universe, whatever you like to believe in. But definitely you can play chakra balancing music at night time when you sleep, although you're not sleeping. Maybe that might help you to sleep, to play some chakra balancing music. You might just sleep a lot better. So okay, I'm just going to get rid of that set of cards. Right, I'll move on to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. What I'm going to do, just for a little bit of fun and just to, have something different, I'm going to pull the Wisdom of the Oracle card for each zodiac sign. So I'm going to start at Aries and I'm going to go through to Pisces. If you know anything about star signs, all that sort of type thing, how you work the spread, you can get 3 messages out of it. So if you don't have your birth chart, if you don't know your moon sign or your rising sign, or most people know their sun signs, you can look at those other 3 cards and put them together. Okay, so it's another 3 card set. You can put those together and get another message out of those other 3 cards. So for instance, I'll give you an example. I'm a Libra. I have my moon in Sagittarius and my rising sign is Aries. So I could take Aries card, I could take Libra card, and I can take Sagittarius card, put them together, and there's 3 messages, extra messages there for me. So right, I'm just going to give these a bit of a shuffle from the Right, so if you're a master number 11 and you're an Aries, this first card is for you. Okay, and it's number 15. You can Google numerology and what number 15 means too. It's just a little bit of an exercise you can do if you so desire. So the number 15, and you've got message in a bottle. So for all master number 11s that are Aries out there, you've got a message coming in, and this card says message in a bottle. So this could be about the past, okay, this message, because it's in a bottle. It's been placed in the bottle, and basically it's floating in the sea sort of type thing. So there's a message coming in, don't miss it, because it could be quite an important message. So that's for the Aries out there. So if you're a master number 11 and you are a Taurus, this next card is for you. And if you're a Taurus, rising, ascendant, moon, whatever, this card is for you, okay? That one. So for Tauruses, this number is 39, and you got a new life, okay? Uranus is still in your sign, but it's helping you to create this new life, and this might be part of what, we are seeing with the spread that I just did. Taurus, you're creating a new life is what you're looking for in the month of June. Okay, it's the life that you are manifesting, if you like. So that's your card, Taurus. New life. It's a pretty good card, that one. Right, if you are a master number 11 and you are a Gemini, this is your card next. This one's been coming out a lot in the readings. So Gemini, your number is 19, and this card is flexible. So you're going to have to be flexible this month in June. Around it, over it, under it, be flexible, be like this card. Bend, but you're still going to win the race. So if you are flexible, you will win this race, okay? When I say race, I just mean you'll win this month, okay? But to keep your sanity and everything else, you must be flexible in what you're doing and what is happening in the month of June. On to our next one. If you're a master number 11 and you're a Cancerian, this next card is for you. And it's that one there. If I can pull it out. The Cancer, you got number 24. Time for a nap. Nine of Swords comes to mind here, doesn't it? You need to take some time out. Sorry, I've got a scented candle burning here, and it's lemongrass and ginger, and it plays havoc with my throat. So time for a nap, Cancer. You need to get extra sleep. Your chakra, chakras balanced, all that sort of type thing. But this card is for you in the month of June if you are a Cancerian. Time for a nap, even if you've got to take a couple of days off, a couple of sicky days off work, whatever. You need to catch up on your sleep. Sorry, I hate to laugh on that one. Time for a nap when you pulled the nine of Swords. As I said, it's going to be a little bit of fun. So, right, if you are a master number 11 and you are a Leo, this next card is for you. Interesting one. Leos, you got number 3 and in between worlds. Okay, so this is you not quite done with the past and not quite ready for the future. Yeah, you're stuck in between the worlds of the past and the present, or the past and the future, if you like. Leo comes pretty much smack bang in the sort of the middle of most things here, and we've got the North Node in Gemini and the South Node in Sagittarius, and you're feeling a little bit out of sorts. You're not quite finished with the past, you're not quite in the future. So there is some decisions that you need to make about the past with the South Node and the eclipses in Sagittarius. You need to deal with this past so you can step into this future. So that's your card, Leo, for June. In Between Worlds. Right, our next sign is Virgo. If you are a master number 11 and a Virgo, you got number 33. It's an angel number. If you want to Google angel number 33, see what it says. You've got chaos and conflict. Okay, so this is a zebra with giraffe patterns on it as well. It's kind of not one thing or the other. And there's a little bit of chaos and conflict that's going to happen in your world, basically in the month of June for Virgos. Virgos just realise that this won't last forever, but these eclipses, I think, might play a little bit of a havoc with you Virgos in the month of June, or master number 11s as well, if you're a Virgo. So not everybody's going to resonate with this card. But chaos and conflict, that's how a lot of us get to where we're going, is we have to create a little bit of chaos and conflict. If we don't, sometimes the universe does it for us and creates that chaos and conflict for us to deal with things in our life. A little bit like the In Between Worlds, you know. Leos will be pushed out and, you know, made to deal with their past, so that they can step into the future and not be in between worlds. Same with you guys. There's a little bit of chaos and conflict here that needs to happen for you guys to step into your future. So right, if you're a master number 11 and you are a Libra, this next card is for you. And it's number 7, and it's To the Sea. So with this card here, Libras, you're very good at this. Just go with the flow. You don't have to push hard or anything like that. All you have to do is go with the events that are happening around you. This is a bath here floating in the sea. That's the way it's depicted as going to sea, going with the flow. So yeah, even salt baths, all that sort of type thing comes to mind here. If you at all start getting stressed or your scales get out of balance, go and have a hot bath, you know, have a glass of wine, whatever, however you want to relax. But yeah, baths, it's just kind of jumped out at me then. Go and have an Epsom salts bath. You can put lavender in it, all sorts of things, just a de-stress sort of type thing. But yeah, just to rebalance those Libra scales of yours. So To the Sea, go with the flow. So if you're a master number 11 and you are a Scorpio, this next card is for you, and I think we've got 2 cards here. Do I want 2 cards? This card. Okay. What were we doing, Scorpio? Yours is number 13 and it's Fork in the Road. This card has been coming up too. Do you remember the 7 of Swords card we had? And that card would resonate with you with this card as well. This is the Fork in the Road. This is a new direction for Scorpions. You've got on the card here, there's 3 signposts, or 3 signs, arrows. You can take any one of those 3 paths, okay? You can take your present path, you can take one to the left, or you can take one to the right, whichever where you see the signs of where you're headed next, okay? The Scorpios, you've got a fork in the road, you've got a new path coming up. It's entirely up to you whether you choose, you know, what one you choose, okay? Right, now for, I'm not going to take it because I haven't even asked the question yet. So if you're a master number 11 and you are Sagittarius, this next card is for you. Sagittarius, you got number 37, Never Ending Story, and this card has been coming a lot in the readings like I've been doing like this. You can see here he's sitting on top of an hourglass, okay, the sands of time. This is never ending story. Somewhere in your life there's a never ending story that just keeps repeating. You need to change that never ending story. You need, especially because this is Sagittarius, this is where the South Node will come into play with you, and it's a full moon. You need to end this story, this never ending story, okay? And the South Node being in your sign is going to do that for you. So I'm not too worried about it. If you can't solve it, the universe will solve it for you. And if you need to ask for help, okay? Ask the universe for help, or your guides, guardians, whatever, angels, whatever you believe in. We all believe in something. As long as we believe in something, it doesn't really matter. So you need to change this never-ending story, and this is why the South Node is now in the sign of Sagittarius, okay? End that story out, write a new one. Right, so if you are a master number 11 and you are a Capricorn, I'm going to take this card for some reason. Your card is number 17, the Fates. So Capricorns, you've had a lot to do with the Fates recently. You've had a lot of planets that have done some things in the sign of Capricorn in the last probably 2 years, 18 months, with the nodes, South Node being in your sign. This is the Fate. So everything is in the hands of fate now. But basically, yeah, it's what you've manifested, okay? I would be writing out your new moon intentions, wish lists, all this sort of type thing. Even though we've got eclipses, it's still valid, so that the fates fall in your favour, okay? This is not a bad card at all. It's like the fates that you've done all the work on inside, outside, whatever you've had to do on yourself. Being in the sign of Capricorn, you've had the node there, the South Node. You've also had a lot of the planetary influences. January, we had all the stellium in the sign of Cancer and Capricorn. There's been some major events in your sign. So hopefully you've done all the work on inside that you've needed to do, and it's in the hands of the fates now, or in fate's hands, which is a really good thing, really. It's not a bad card at all. So we are up to the Aquarians now. So if you are a master number 11 and you're an Aquarian, this next card is for you. What have we got here? So for Aquarius, you've got the number 25, and it's round and round. So Aquarians, what's going round and round and round and round and round and round, and it's like a little bit of this never-ending story card here, okay? What keeps going round and round, and it's the same old thing, same old thing, same old scenario. This needs to change, okay? And it could be why you're having sleepless nights, that you're a little bit worried about the same thing happening again. And the only person that can change that is you, by changing your mindset, okay? So stop it going round and round and round, the same thing happening, the never-ending story. I'll put my head on the block here and say that this never-ending story, you probably have some sign in some aspect or rising sign. It could be your rising sign, or it could be your moon sign, that never-ending story, because it's fitting very well with this card here. Or the person that you may be dealing with is this never-ending story, okay? So it needs to change. It's why, I'm sort of doing different spreads and stuff like that, because I don't like going round and round and doing the same old stuff all the time. I try to, lift it up sort of type thing, lift up my atmosphere, lift up the things that I do that I enjoy. You know, I don't like doing the same thing all the time over and over. So, right, that was for you Aquarians. So lucky last, Pisces. If you're a master number 11 and you're a Piscean, you have number 9 and it's Treasure Island. Okay, so in June you're going to find your Treasure Island, or you're going to find the map to Treasure Island, let's just say. Especially with this card, it's kind of just sort of saying that you've done all the right things wherever your path is in life. Okay, it's leading you to this Treasure Island, or this map to Treasure Island. So keep your ears and eyes open for clues, downloads, all that sort of type thing. But I think there's a message coming in with a map to this Treasure Island for you in your life. Okay, Pisces. So that's your reading. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It was a little bit different. Like I said, I like changing things up. The same old, you know, gets a bit same old after a while. And especially with that Nine of Swords that keeps coming up for your master number 11s, okay, sleepless nights. Yes, there can be reasons why you have sleepless nights, but yeah, you need to get out of this cycle of the sleepless nights, being left out in the cold, feeling left out in the cold, all that sort of type thing. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell button when I upload more videos. I'm going to do another set of videos in about mid-June, hopefully if my time allows and my granddaughter allows me. But June is a very, very big month. That's why I did quite a bit of the astrology and stuff for the readings. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I said, please help the channel out by liking the video for one, subscribe, and please share it around as well. So I will catch you on the flip side very soon. Hope you all have a very good June. I wish you well, much love and light. See you again on the flip side.